Hello my lovelies. Yes, I'm doing another different kind of video today. I've always been a massive fan of favourites videos. I think they're really fun to watch, I think they're really interesting to see what people have enjoyed, and people clearly like making them, so I thought, you know what? I'm gonna make them. But I don't have enough favourites and enough new things to talk about it every month, so I thought I'd do it every season instead. I know what you're thinking, it's nowhere near autumn. I think you'll actually find that autumn ended on the 25th of December, which is today. So yes, this video may be a bit late coming up, but it's not that out of season really. Clearly the most obvious thing for me to start with is books. Before I talk about any specific book that were my favourites, I want to say that in general, books have been my favourites this season. I've really got back into reading, and I've got really back into reading physical books. This may have been massively helped by the fact that I started working at Waterstones and I have an amazing staff discount, so I can afford to buy lots of physical, beautiful hardbacks. But even then, I have been adoring physical books. For specific books, the first one I would say is Goodbye Stranger by Rebecca Stead. This book was in our young adult section at Waterstones and it immediately caught my eye. The cover's just lovely. But when I was reading it, I realised it's actually a middle grade book, and it's a really unusual middle grade. The characters are great. It touches on some really mature topics like PTSD and cyberbullying and sexting and gun shootings in a way that isn't too harsh and in your face, but that makes sense of them for a young person and is still interesting for older readers. I would definitely recommend this. I've really enjoyed it. The other book that I really adored this season was The Fox and the Star by Coralie Bickford Smith. This is Waterstone's book of the year, which is insane because it's a kids book and kids books never win the big awards. If you look at the cover, you might recognise the art style. Coralie Bickford Smith is the person who designs all the new Penguin cloth-bound classics. They are so beautiful, and this is actually her first novel. It's a kids picture book and it's about a fox who is really scared of the world and only goes out to hunt because he knows there's a light of a certain star. But one day the light and that star disappears and it's about him conquering his fears. It's really beautiful and really took me by surprise by how deep it was. I definitely think you would enjoy it at any age. On top of that, the insides are just beautiful. Some pages are just this kind of thing, but others, oh, it's just such a gorgeous book. I really love it. I have a couple videos about just books coming up and my favourites of the year, so anything else I've read, they're probably in that video because I didn't want to talk about them twice. Okay. On to fashion and beauty. I feel lame even saying this because I know nothing about either of them. But there are certain things this month that I really love. The first one you actually can't really see today and isn't something I can just recommend for you to go buy, and that is my short hair, which is up in a ponytail. I have loved my short hair. I got it cut when I first moved to London and it has made my life so much easier, and I get constant compliments on it and everyone says how much it suits me, and it just is the best decision I have made in a long time. I love it. So if you're thinking of going for the cut and the scared, I really recommend it. Worst comes to worst, you don't like it and it'll grow back out. My second beauty thing is this. This is Clean & Clear's Blackhead Clearing Cleanser. I have no idea how this is actually meant to be used, but I use it as a toner. Toners tend to be really expensive and completely useless because they're just used to close your pores and stop any dirt getting in, which is something you can do with cold water. But I have a beauty regime absolutely down. I always cleanse and moisturize my face every day, but I've never really toned it. I have problems with blackheads and I get big spots sometimes, and because I normally have quite clear skin, people tend to notice them and point them out. So this works really well as a toner to get rid of blackheads. It's kind of a strong astringent, I think is what they call it in America, which means it kind of, when you put it over a spot, you can feel a slight burn, but I know that it's working. That's the thing about this product, I always feel like it's working, and my face has been clearer since I started using it. My final hair and beauty thing is an item of clothing, and that is the Joni jeans by Topshop. I really hate jean shopping. I have a very weird body that makes jean shopping miserable, and I only really wear high-waisted jeans because they're the only style that suits me, which often are hard to find, and they tend to stretch really badly when you wash them, and it's just a miserable experience all around. But Topshop do these amazing jeans called Joni jeans, which are super stretchy, high-waisted, and really flattering. I love these jeans so much. I already own them in 4 colours. They are so gorgeous. I wear them every day to work, and yes, I will probably buy more colours in the new year. Next, I want to talk about my favourite movie of the autumn season. Compared to last year when I was working at cinema, I have been watching hardly any movies. I just don't have time to go out and watch them, and I have no one to go see them with because my hours at work are kind of weird. But I did manage to see The Martian, which I have wanted to see forever as I adored the book, and it was fantastic. It was so epic, so beautifully shot. The acting was great. You really got the same sense as Mark Watney as you did in the book, that he's a really funny character. I really enjoyed it and will be buying it on DVD, and I just keep trying to recommend it to people because I know it sounds boring, and I know with the amount of serious space films we've had recently you might not want to see it, but it's so funny and so intelligent, and I don't know anyone who I've recommended it to or who's read it who doesn't love it. So read the book, watch the movie, be happy. Next, I'm going to talk about my favourite food. Yes, like I can ever pick a favourite food, honestly. But this is technically a food chain and it's called Eat. I didn't really know Eat was a thing until I came to London. It's basically the same as Pret and all of those places, except it does quite a lot of hot food. Always has certain pies and certain soups on the menu, but then it also has seasonal hot dishes. So when I first moved to London, it was pork goulash and sweet potato goulash, and they were so great. They were so filling and so warming and so different from everywhere else, because the problem is when you're working and you have to get lunch every day, it tends to get really monotonous eating sandwiches, and although it is a little bit expensive, I definitely think it's worth it. That pork goulash was to die for. Finally, I have a favourite people section. In the last 3 months, I have had a few favourite people who have just kept me so happy and have been such a positive influence and so supportive and wonderful, and that is my Noodle Juice squad. If you know any of us in real life, you'll know about the Noodle Juice squad. These are basically the people who met and hung out at VidCon with me. So it's me, Emmy, Jess, Yuri, Olivia and Amanda. We hung out at VidCon and got on really well, and since I've kind of started a Twitter chat and are constantly supporting each other and talking, and these girls are just some of the best people you will ever meet. They're so smart and so intelligent and funny and talented, and I could gush about them all day. I'm going to link to all their channels in the doobly-doo below because obviously they're YouTubers, but you should definitely check them out. They're just all the best people and I love them with all my heart. So I think that's pretty much it for this favourite video. I hope you enjoyed this style of video. I know it's a little bit different, but I really enjoyed making it and thinking of things to put in it. Let me know in the comments below what were your favourite things of the autumn season. As always, be sure to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more of this face, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!